Hey everybody, welcome back to The Stuff of Legend. My name is D'Lo. I have another video for you guys today. Today, I'm catching up a little bit because I got sick last week, and no, it does not appear it was the coronavirus. I know everyone is worried and panicking and freaking out. It does not appear to be the coronavirus, but there was a mandate regardless saying everybody who gets sick needs to stay home regardless of what it is. So, opening up hard with that. And I wanted to go over some news that has come out very, very recently. Today, even, we had Rosario Dawson's casting for, what was it? The Mandalorian Season 2. And for that, I have to say, I think the world might have jumped the gun on this one a little bit. Now, I'm not saying it's not true, but we have to take a look at what it really is. And I think that we're looking at something that has been proclaimed to be confirmed without being confirmed. And I think we need to wait just a minute until someone in a position of authority can actually speak to that. I'll talk about that. I'll show you guys that. Henry Cavill in Shazam 2, maybe another case of we need to check the source. And then after that, I'll give you guys a list of every movie that has been delayed due to the coronavirus so far. So without further ado, let me go ahead and jump right into the update. So I'm also on YouTube right now in case you guys hadn't followed me there. If you guys aren't on YouTube, if you guys are watching right now on Instagram, check me out on YouTube and subscribe there. If you guys haven't on YouTube, check me out on Instagram. I've got both going right now so I can take questions, and I will take questions here in the chat and also on the chat on YouTube. So I want you guys to tell me if you guys think these are legit, if you guys think this will happen, if you think this is a done deal, or if you think that this is perhaps someone putting the cart before the horse, or maybe just saying it's confirmed without it actually being verified. I want to hear your thoughts. So let me get into this article, and then we can break it down together. So from Slash Film, if you guys saw this news from Screen Rant or you know, Den of Geeks or any of the other news article sites that you might get your nerd news from, comicbook.com, a lot of these sites were running with this story that it's been confirmed Rosario Dawson is in fact playing Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian Season 2. I want to point out to you guys something that stuck out to me that makes me say I think we need to wait a second before we start running with this as fact. Now, Slash Film is a reputable site. Slash Film is indeed highly reputable. They are usually very, very good with this kind of thing. So I don't doubt that there is credibility here. I think we're taking a lot of this on faith as opposed to fact. So let's go ahead and open up this article. Star Wars exclusive The Mandalorian Season 2 cast Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. The reason I'm at Slash Film is because they're the ones that broke the news. It says, we have exclusively learned that Rosario Dawson will appear in The Mandalorian Season 2 and are excited to report that she will be playing a fan favorite character previously only seen in the Star Wars animated productions. Dawson will be playing a live action version of Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Padawan apprentice who appeared in Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. This would be the character's first appearance in live action. This is all the report about Ahsoka Tano seems to be true. The report about who she is true, but what we're looking at here is whether or not the casting for Rosario Dawson as the character of Ahsoka Tano in the show The Mandalorian Season 2, we're looking at whether or not that is in fact true. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next part. It says Ahsoka Mandalorian Season 2 casting. They say here, Dave Filoni, the co-creator of Ahsoka in animated form, is a writer, producer, and director on The Mandalorian. All true. He made his live-action directorial debut, helming multiple episodes of the first season, and we saw a couple of weeks back that Dave Filoni had returned as a director for the second season. We have confirmed, this is where they get their claim, we have confirmed this Dawson casting with 2 independent sources. That line right there is exactly where this claim is coming from. Their authority to make this claim comes from them saying we have confirmed that Rosario Dawson has been cast by 2 independent sources. They don't name the sources. They kind of do a little bit of a deception here by immediately saying this. So I'll backtrack to that so you guys can see what I'm saying here. But they immediately jump to 2 other sources, making 4 references, but only 2 of them being independent sources and 2 of them being sources that do not confirm what they're saying. So they say that about the independent sources. Then they say, we reached out to Lucasfilm to request a statement from the company or Dave Filoni, but received no response. We have been chasing this scoop for a month now and have reached out to Rosario's reps, who also didn't respond. That's the end of the paragraph. So they first say, we have confirmed Dawson's casting with 2 independent sources. Then they say that they reached out to Dave Filoni. Technically, it's 3. They say Dave Filoni. They say the Lucasfilm company and Rosario's reps. That's 3 sources they list right after saying they have 2 sources that confirmed it. They say 3 not denied it, but have not said anything. So I don't know if they're suggesting that because 3 sources didn't say anything that they got this, or if they have people on the inside who are, undisclosed, of course, they want to keep their sources anonymous. I understand that, but that means to me, and that should mean probably to you, that we're taking this on faith. We're taking this on faith by Slash Film that their sources are in fact credible, and whether or not they're credible, are they correct? Because they could be credible sources, but yet also not be correct on this. They might have jumped the gun. They might be assuming because of fan casting, which I'll get to in 1 second. The very next line they write in this article is about fan casting. So I think it's odd. Because they jump right here from our independent sources, no one attached to the film, not Lucasfilm, not Dave Filoni, not Rosario's reps, none of them, but they have 2 sources of their own, independent of all that confirmed it. That's what we're dealing with here. So then it says, this is a fan casting dream come true. That's the very next line here in the article. This is a fan casting dream come true. In 2017, a fan tweeted at Rosario Dawson asking her to appear in a Star Wars movie as Ahsoka. And the actress responded, yes, please, #Ahsoka lives. I think this casting is brilliant, by the way. Let me just go ahead and state, so that everyone knows where I'm at with this. My wife and I, we both agree, we really, really love Rosario Dawson, and we think she looks a great deal like adult Ahsoka. Facial structure, eye shape, nose shape, jawline, skin color. Obviously, Ahsoka is orange. They'll have to do makeup for that, of course. But even in her natural bronze skin tone, it is kind of similar, and it's easier to see her in that, visually speaking. Very easy to see her in that role. So, let me get off this image of this owl. If you guys are on the article, there's a bunch of ads on the Slash Film site. This is like owl, like, I don't know if he's yelling or something or whatever he's doing, but it's distracting as heck. So, but basically, I think it'd be a great idea for Rosario Dawson to be in the role, and I personally want her to get that role. I don't know of anyone who would be a better cast for that, although I have dozens of fan casting homies that could probably hit me up in the comments or in the video chat right now and cast your vote. Who do you want to play not Rosario, but who do you want to play Ahsoka in Mandalorian Season 2? Keep in mind, it will have been, what is that? I want to say it's 20 years. Probably 20 years after, maybe, no, I'm sorry. Am I wrong on that math? I think it's, let's see, from Order 66 to Rebels is, I think, 14 or 15 years. And then it's probably another 15 years after that, maybe 30 years. Maybe 30 years after the Clone Wars is when Mandalorian Season 2 takes place. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at an older Ahsoka Tano, not a teenage Ahsoka Tano. So if you're going to fan cast, we're not doing a teenage actress for the role. We're talking about someone in their 30s, in their 40s, would be an appropriate age for the casting probably. So that's what I'm thinking there. Anyway, I think it's just interesting because they don't make any mention of who their person is after this point in the article. After this, they just talk about how amazing it would be and how as a fan of the character and of Dawson, they're excited to see Ahsoka make her live action debut in The Mandalorian, which I am too. I'm really excited for that. They get into who is Ahsoka Tano, what might Ahsoka's role be in The Mandalorian. You guys can get into that all on your own. I just wanted to point out the fact that right now, all these articles are being ran on Ahsoka right now, and it's all on the faith that of two things: that Slash Film's independent sources are reputable and that we should trust them, but also that we should trust that the sources are correct and that what they have told Slash Film is also correct. Because you can have reputable sources and still be wrong. Because Rosario might be in Mandalorian, but she might not be playing Ahsoka. Like or she might be playing Ahsoka, but not in the Mandalorian. She might be playing in a spinoff film or a spinoff show or something like that. So we have to take this with a grain of salt that they have not confirmed with anyone at the studio that this is the case. So I'm just a little stunned to see this being passed around so much so fast. But it's because people like us love Ahsoka. We want this to be true, especially it being such a good casting. So that's what I'm going to say about that. That's all there is to this one. Read the rest of the article yourself. Always check your sources, guys. And on that note, we're going to go to another situation of needing to check the sources. So if you guys leave some comments, I'll check them. It says, sorry, my keyboard is a little... Oh, I got a comment here on the side. And then I'll check the Instagram comments as well so that we can talk about this discussion here. And then I'll move on to the next one, okay? So Daniel's Hot Topics says, hey, sorry, my keyboard is a little twitchy. No worries, bro. But how are you, Daniel? Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. My family is doing well. I had gotten a cold, not the coronavirus, a week ago. And I called the doctor and they basically told me you need to stay home. If you have coronavirus, which I don't, and they told me that I don't, but they said, basically that there's no tests, that they basically have, they have limited resources. So they're not testing people under 50, who are suffering the respiratory, like the tight chest, can't breathe type stuff. So, and that clearly wasn't me. And so, they basically said, you need to stay home. My work said you need to stay home, work from home type of situation. So, on one hand, it was, a little bit, alarming, the changes that were happening kind of rapidly in just the general area with business and that sort of thing. But on the other hand, it was totally cool. I got to be at home almost all week. So it was pretty cool. So that was also nice. I'm doing well. Thank you for the concern. I appreciate that. Daniel's Hot Topics. You're the man. And then let me just check here. Everybody's waving. What's up, guys? Fan casting homies. Zach, what's up, dude? Dragon Master, what's up, my man? One hell of an artist. Welcome, my bro. Dude, I can't wait. I wasn't able. That was actually the reason why I didn't film the fan casting summit this last weekend, was because I was sick. And so but it was a cold, so I just didn't want to be like sniffling and everyone's freaking out about the coronavirus and then, like that whole thing. So that's kind of what that was. What's up, Trinity? What's up? That's my sister-in-law. She's the best. Golden Fire, what's up, my dude? Nexie and Thrive. And we got also Rich, what's up, dude? Dude, I got like a buttload of Funko Pops, dude. I want to show you, but I got to just take all those photos. Maybe I'll just do a mass video. If you guys want to see a big, like a big video of my entire collection, I can absolutely do that. It'll probably take a while. Even just to name them, actually, just to like read them off. I've got a buttload of them, but anyway, that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do a live stream hour on that. So let's go to the next topic. All right, guys. So next topic on the board today is Henry Cavill is rumored back as Superman for Shazam 2. Now, when I say check the sources, guys, if you click